Is it hard for you to create the critical path method graphic? Then I've got the tutorial for you. The first step in creating your critical path method display is identifying all of the activities needed for the project, the duration of those activities, and determining the order that they need to be completed in, where PIB means preceded immediately by, needs to precede them. So here we have activity 5 and 10 that have nothing preceding. They begin here, and you can see that there's 0 days before those activities, since there's 0 activities that need to precede those. Alright, so I've skipped ahead a little bit here, honestly, creating some of these boxes, filling this in all the way. But we've done activity 5, filled it in here. We've done activity 10, filled it in here. Next we're going to go to activity 15, which is preceded immediately by 5. That's why it's coming off of this arrow. Activity 15 lasts for 3 days. Its early start time is 2 days. So if we add the early start time plus the duration, that gives us our early finish. Now, this won't be filled in. The late start and late finish won't be filled in until you do your backwards pass. So I've done here and here what's the more what it's more going to accurately look like as you do your critical path method. So then moving on to activity number 20, that's preceded immediately by 5. Let's go ahead and do activity 20, lasts for 4 days. Earliest it can start is day 2. The duration is 4 plus the start date gives us to 6. 7's going to be coming in from over here. Whenever you have 2 numbers that are going into the same 2 finish dates on your forward pass going into the same next activity, these both precede the next activity, you're going to use the larger number, the later date, because these activities have to precede this one. This and this both have to be done. It's going to be the one that takes longer to be done that's going to delay the start of the next activity. So I explained how to do the forward pass pretty briefly. I went ahead and filled it in for the rest of my boxes. Now we're going to go ahead and start the backwards pass. So by going through our forward pass, we determined what our desired project duration time is. It's 12 days. So we're going to go ahead and set that for our latest acceptable finish date. That's going to be the same as our earliest projected possible finish date. And you're going to subtract the duration of this the final activity there, so that's going to be the same. This is how you know that it's on the critical path, is because your early start and late start are the same. And much as backward pass would imply, so this is your late start day. So you're going to go ahead and pass this backwards to all the preceding activities as going to be their late finish day. And again, subtract the duration for each activity from the late finish. It's going to be 5, 3, and 5. And again, the activity that has the early and late start time as the identical day is going to be identifying your critical path. If this activity were to start any later, it would delay the whole project. So that's how you do the critical path method graphic And we can see here that our critical path, where the early and late start days are the same, can be clearly identified. If any of these activities are delayed at all, the overall project will be delayed. Step 2 is going to be to create the forward pass through your critical path method display, which your first boxes are going to be whichever those can start immediately and have nothing that needs to precede them. So here we have activity 5 and 10 that have nothing preceding. They begin here, and you can see that there's 0 days before those activities, since there's 0 activities that need to precede those.